Hello, this is Jess. Good to see you. This is chat session number 69, January 8th, 2018. My son's birthday. Scott, happy birthday. Alright, this is chat session number 69. We're going to go right into the tidbits of history. Going to go back to 1877. Crazy Horse and his warriors, outnumbered, low on ammunition, and forced to use outdated weapons to defend themselves, fight their final losing battle against the U.S. cavalry in Montana. Just prior to this, 6 months prior, I would say that Little Bighorn happened. The Battle of Little Bighorn, where Custer got whipped by the combined forces of the Sioux and the Cheyenne, I believe. And so the Americans wanted revenge. The public was outraged at the over 200 deaths that occurred to the cavalry at Little Bighorn. And so they mustered a campaign, the military did, to wipe out all the hostile Indians in the plains. And this is one of the final battles with Crazy Horse. And ultimately, after a lot of finagling, positioning stuff, they surrendered and returned to the reservations. And I think in South Dakota or North Dakota. So, it's been this is 1877. We're now in the 2000s, so it's been a good 100 plus years since these hostilities. But it is something that the American history books will continue to show, and unfortunately it was an aggression against the Indians that didn't end too well for them. But that is history. Sometimes you want to rewrite it, but at the same time you can learn from it. So that's hopefully where we are in this evolution of our existence, that aggression doesn't have to be necessary, all the time. But anyway, on with the next tidbit of history, the year 2000. In an AFC wildcard game in Nashville, Tennessee, the Titans staged a last-second comeback from behind victory to beat the Buffalo Bills 22-16 on a kickoff return play later dubbed the Music City Miracle. The Titans were up 12-0. Excuse me, I stayed up extra late. I worked tonight. I'm going to try to do a full shift, and so it's interrupting the tidbits here, but sorry about the yawn. I'm probably going to go back and try to get a couple more hours sleep. It's getting ready to be 12:45 p.m. and got to go to work at 5. And so I'm probably going to, after I make this little session here, probably go back and take a couple hour nap and then get up and go to work. I'm having to readjust my times that I make this now, because I won't be here at night anymore, so I'll be making these either early in the morning or sometime before 5 o'clock, or also, so that way I can not miss a day and I can continue. But anyway, okay, back to this. At the beginning of the third quarter, the Titans were up 12-0. Antoine Smith had 2 rushing TDs to put the Bills ahead 13-12. Greco for the Titans kicked a field goal and gave them the lead 15-13 with 1:28 left. With 16 seconds left, Christie kicks a 41-yard field goal to give the Bills the lead 16-15. They go line up for the kickoff, and let's see, Lorenzo Neal catches a ball for the Titans around the 25, hands it off to the tight end Frank Wycheck, who then spins around and throws a low lateral pass to wide receiver Kevin Dawson, who rushes 75 yards down the sidelines to a touchdown to give the Titans a victory, 22-16. There was a lot of commotion, a lot of checking. The way the throw was and stuff, they were saying it could have been a forward pass, but apparently it was a long review. Everybody was on the edge of their seats. But the refs came back and said the call on the field stands, and the Titans win 22-16. Pretty exciting. We just had our first weekend of the wild card playoffs, and the Titans, the Saints, the Falcons, and the Jaguars all move forward. So we're getting into the second round of next week of the playoffs. Excited about that. And now we're going to go on to some other stuff. I encourage participation at all levels of our government, local, state, and federal. Again, awareness is the first step in finding a solution if there is problems. But I would encourage anyone who happens to be listening to these messages to find out who your local representatives are on the federal level, and also on the state level as well, and then to actually have a name basis for all the people in your city, area, county, having to do with the local level of politics. If you feel like it, in the local level, run for a small office, see how things go. If you have some ideals or some improvements that can be made on the local level, please do so. Couldn't hurt. Excuse me. But it also puts new ideas into the mesh, so that this, if there is a tie in the politics, from the county seat to the local cities, it's always good to stir the mix and put fresh ideas into it, and that's by becoming involved. So if you feel like you have some ideas and no one's paying attention, get out there and run for the positions, run for the we'll run for the positions that are open, and who knows, like I said, we can change. It'll take a long time maybe to change the federal situation, and maybe a long time to change the state situation, but the local level can be changed rather quickly once elections are in and people are running and getting excited, different things. So if you're tired of how things are, the one best solution is to become involved, participate, and as we go into all these next elections, get out there and vote. And if there's oppression or obstacles in the way, let's bring those to notice and change them so that it's easier for everybody to participate and vote. All right, be truthful, be happy, and let's look out for each other, okay? This is Jess, January 8th, 2018. Happy birthday again to my son Scott, and have a great Monday afternoon.